Most women assume that post-60, their body simply enters a state of physiological quiescence. You may find yourself thinking, I should be past this. My focus should exclusively be on domesticity and familial connections. But what if your body still transmits subtle signals of desire, curiosity, and vitality? What if that quiet, internal urge is, in fact, a biological imperative, a message originating from your deeper self? I am Dr. Lily Stones, an intimate health psychologist and gynecologist with over 30 years of clinical experience caring for women in this age cohort. Today, we will explore a topic rarely discussed openly, yet one that is profoundly felt by many and which holds the potential to significantly enhance your emotional, physical, and intimate well-being. We will address the clinical question, how often should you engage in self-stimulation, according to contemporary science? By the conclusion of this discussion, you will not only comprehend the scientific consensus, but will also learn to interpret your body's innate signals, understanding how your self-perception can subtly influence your holistic health. Please remain engaged through all 6 segments, as the final insight offers a single concept that tends to redefine women's experiences in an unexpected way. A concept that may feel like permission you forgot you possessed. Before we proceed, please share your location and age in the comments. I value your voice, as this conversation is specifically tailored for your reality. If this discussion resonates with you, please tap the like button. This helps disseminate these honest conversations to more women. Take a moment for a comfortable breath. You carry many questions about your body and your desires, often inherited from culture or personal experience. You may have experienced guilt or shame, or simply ignored these feelings. That is understandable. But let me propose, what if this is not about being too old, but about being ready to pay attention? Part 1c. The whisper of biological maintenance. We begin by tracing the whisper of desire, the mechanism through which your body is still communicating its needs. You may have observed a curious pulse of energy post-menopause, perhaps labeling it restlessness or an unspecified craving. Most women dismiss this. But that gentle pulse is your body's method of maintaining vitality, tissue suppleness, and neurochemical balance. For decades, women assume that desire retires concurrently with their careers. Yet, the body's cellular communication persists. While estrogen levels decline, vascular flow, nerve endings, and brain chemistry still require stimulation and release, albeit in more subtle manifestations. The quiet hum is not misbehavior, it is biological maintenance. Scientific understanding affirms this. When a woman experiences pleasure, her body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This single chemical supports stable blood pressure, enhances sleep quality, and strengthens immune function. Crucially, studies indicate that even gentle physical self-attention can initiate this cascade. The body retains its capacity to produce its own medicine. Think of it as internal physiological conditioning. Movement prevents joint stiffness. Similarly, engaging your intimate musculature through touch and curiosity maintains the comfort, bladder control, and vitality of those tissues. The spark is a signal for circulation and regeneration. Ignoring it leads to tissues that are quieter, thinner, and less responsive. Acknowledging it may result in subtle improvements, softer skin, deeper sleep, and a lighter mood state. This is not magical thinking, it is evidence-based physiology. Your body has not betrayed you, it is extending an invitation to reconnect. Part 20. Neurochemical reminders, the brain's reward system. Sometimes the body surprises you. A flicker of warmth, a rush of energy, or an ache that feels oddly alive. This signal is not random, it is purposeful communication. Post-60, although the hormonal high of youth has subsided, the brain and nervous system retain the memory of pleasure. Responding to this invitation through care, movement, touch, or imagination prompts the brain to release oxytocin and dopamine. These chemicals facilitate vasodilation, blood vessel opening, heart rate stabilization, and sleep deepening. They act to calm the mind and preserve the vitality of pelvic tissues. This can be viewed as internal exercise. Many women spend years ignoring these signals, misinterpreting them as inappropriate. However, the body's need for connection never entirely disappears, it simply asks for a different quality of response. perhaps seeking comfort, warmth, and a reminder of one's living, feeling status. This craving serves the practical purpose of maintaining healthy circulation, muscle tone, and nervous system balance. I frequently tell patients, your body wants to be part of your life, not a memory of it. Responding with curiosity instead of shame fosters a beautiful return of energy, sharper sensation, and heightened confidence. It is not about chasing youth. It is about honoring what is profoundly alive within you. Part 3: The Danger of Somatic Silence, a forgetting vs. peace. Sometimes the body falls silent altogether. Many women interpret this silence as peace. However, it is often a form of forgetting. A quiet fading of the mind-body connection that is so gradual as to be imperceptible. When we fail to respond to the body's messages, the muscles lose tone, the tissues become thinner and drier, and the initial spark of vitality diminishes. This is not a moral failing, it is a consequence of awaiting a response that never comes. Like a friend who stops speaking after being ignored, the body grows quiet. But this silence does not mean the need has vanished, it means the body has learned not to expect a reply. This explains why many women report missing the feeling of being alive in their own skin, a distance from the sense of vitality once taken for granted. Attention maintains the flow of life. Clinical studies confirm that regular stimulation and circulation maintain the health of pelvic tissues, preserving comfort, sensation, and confidence. The body never truly forgets, it simply awaits permission to reawaken. When you begin to respond to these signals with warmth and care, the change is subtle but profound: brighter colors, deeper sleep, and a quiet, self-sourced satisfaction. This is about honoring the present, not chasing the past. Part 40: The Scientific Consensus on Frequency, Rhythm over Number. For years, women have softly asked, but how often is right, as if a definitive rule exists. The truth is, there is no single perfect number, but science provides essential clues. Researchers observe that women who regularly stimulate blood flow to the pelvic region, even once or twice a week, tend to maintain stronger muscle tone, better tissue elasticity, and increased natural moisture. Circulation improves, leading to better sleep and lighter mood. These findings are based on measurable oxygen flow, nerve response, and hormonal balance, not fantasy. The key is rhythm, not scoring. Some weeks you will feel more connected, others less so. Both are natural. What is paramount is the intention behind the connection. When it is derived from curiosity, comfort, or self-affection, it is nourishing. When it is driven by habit or boredom, it can become empty, analogous to watering a plant based on the dryness of the soil, not the clock. Your body requires presence, not perfection. I advise patients to notice when their body feels dull or tense versus light and open. Responding to the signals in those moments is an act of restoration, not indulgence. Science confirms that gentle physical pleasure releases nitric oxide, which widens blood vessels, supports cardiac function, and calms the nervous system. Even a few minutes of self-kindness can cascade through your entire physiology. Part 50: The Power of Intentionality. Belief changes biology. The most profound change does not originate from hormones or medicine. It begins with what you believe about your body. Many were conditioned to believe that pleasure is earned or is an artifact of youth. These messages settle within us, becoming internalized judgment. The moment you replace guilt with acceptance, physiological change occurs. The defensive posture relaxes, breathing deepens, and warmth returns. The body cannot thrive under the shadow of judgment. Studies on mindfulness confirm that when we feel safe and at ease, the body releases oxytocin and endorphins more easily, facilitating tissue healing, reduced inflammation, and cardiac protection. Approaching self-care without shame allows your own biology to work for you. When you let yourself experience pleasure as something natural, not secret, your body responds like a plant turning toward the sun. It grows, softens, and brightens. Part 60: The Final Insight, Permission and Wholeness. The core insight is this: how often should you listen to those signals? As often as it takes to remember that you are alive, deserving, and whole. There is no external number that can define that, only an internal rhythm that belongs entirely to you. Your health and happiness, even in your later years, are the result of the gentle, intentional choices you make today. Stay curious. Honor your changes, and never let shame or silence make choices for you. If this conversation resonated with you, please share it with another woman who needs to hear this message. A single moment of permission can change a life. You deserve the truth, support, and to feel whole today, tomorrow, and always.